So the new addition for this year is classic content. So we're talking about 1980s content, 1990s content, and that includes classic drivers and the classic vehicles from those eras as well, and not just a specific year. So when we were looking at doing this, was it going to be 1988? Was it going to be 1992? No, it's the entire decade of the 80s. So there's some kind of highlight drivers in there, highlight cars. We're trying to create a theme of packaging together some elements of Formula One that people remember from watching it on TV back in the day. That's really the key push this year, kind of classic cars, drivers and circuits, really. So researching the classic content is quite awkward because, whilst in the modern age there's a lot of stuff that exists on the internet and you can do a quick kind of sanity check when it comes to Google, like getting all these elements together and understanding where they fit in, the drivers that drove for those teams, trying to understand some of the political reasoning behind some drivers appearing in some teams as well. It's quite awkward because the further you go back in time, the less likely you are to be able to find the people that own the rights to these things, or the sponsors that have maybe now become defunct, or the team ownership has kind of passed through several different hands. You've got to track these people down, and it becomes a huge effort to do this kind of stuff. And that's probably why, one of the main reasons why it's taken Codemasters and the Formula One team such a long time to incorporate this, because it's massively complicated. So the research is ongoing on a daily basis. You're trying to get things very accurate in terms of trying to cover the circuit designs, trying to cover the car designs, getting approval from the circuits, the drivers, incorporating their characteristics and their stats and the driver, the helmets that they wish to use, the patterns, the kind of clothing that they wore, the sponsors that you're still allowed to include. I could go on forever. It's tough. I've actually had a few requests today for classic drivers to appear in the different teams. There's a guy here going, oh yeah, I'm good friends with Eric Comas. Is he included? Well, I can't include absolutely everybody, but I tend to think that for 2013, this is our first step in classic content. Everybody's been asking for it, and I was thinking today that it would kind of allay a lot of those fears, and we could say, yes, we're finally delivering it. And the first questions that we get are, well, have you got the 60s? Have you got the 50s? Have you got the 70s? And can I incorporate my favourite driver? We will get there. This is step one. We've got a lot of classic drivers, and we've incorporated my favourite, Nigel Mansell, in the 92 Williams, so at least I'm happy.